Nathaniel Brooks stood alone on the 42nd floor of his glass tower, staring down at a city that never waited for anyone. The lights below glittered like celebration, but none of it felt like his. Another year, another December, another Christmas approaching with no one to share it with. The office was silent except for the low hum of heating vents and the distant echo of traffic. Nathaniel loosened his tie, ran a hand through his hair, and exhaled slowly. Success had come exactly as promised. The cost had not. He hadn't planned to leave his family forever. That was the lie he told himself all those years ago. Just a year, maybe two. A chance to build something bigger. A future he'd return with. But life didn't pause. And love didn't wait. Grace had stopped calling first. The children had stopped asking when he'd be home. And one day, the house had stopped feeling like his. Nathaniel reached for his phone, thumb hovering over a number he hadn't dialed in years. Grace. He didn't press it. Not yet. If you're listening right now, let me ask you something quietly. Have you ever walked away from something you loved, thinking you'd return, only to realize time kept moving without you? Drop a comment later. This story might hit closer than you expect. Grace Brooks folded laundry in a modest living room warmed by a small Christmas tree glowing in the corner. It wasn't fancy, but it was full. Laughter drifted in from the kitchen where their daughter, Lily, argued playfully with her younger brother, Caleb, over Christmas cookies. Grace smiled softly. She had rebuilt her life brick by brick after Nathaniel left. Not bitterly, not loudly, just steadily. There were nights she cried quietly into her pillow. Mornings she forced strength into her voice. Years she learned to be both mother and father. And she did it. Christmas had always been the hardest. It magnified absence, made memories louder. Grace adjusted an ornament on the tree one Nathaniel had bought years ago. She paused. Then her phone buzzed. Unknown number. She almost ignored it. But something made her answer. Hello. There was silence. Then, Grace, it's me. Her breath caught. Nathaniel's voice sounded older. Thinner. I don't know why I'm calling now, he said quietly. Maybe because I'm finally tired of pretending I don't miss you. Grace closed her eyes. Years of anger wanted to speak first, but love spoke faster. Why now, Nathaniel? He swallowed. Because I don't want another Christmas where I'm surrounded by everything except the people who matter. Silence stretched between them. Then Grace said the words that surprised even herself. Come home. He froze. Grace. Not for promises. Not for explanations. Just Christmas. His voice broke. You'd let me? For the children, she said gently. And maybe for us. Nathaniel arrived 2 days before Christmas. He stood at the doorway, suitcase in hand, heart pounding harder than any boardroom negotiation. The door opened. Lily stared first. Older now. Taller. Dad. He dropped his bag. Yes. She stepped forward, then hesitated. Grace watched, heart tight. Then Lily hugged him. Hard. Caleb followed. Quieter, but just as strong. Nathaniel fell to his knees, arms wrapping around them both, tears finally spilling. I'm so sorry, he whispered. I should have come back sooner. Grace stood a few steps away. When their eyes met, there was pain, but also peace. That night, after the children slept, Nathaniel and Grace sat at the kitchen table. No accusations. No shouting. Just honesty. I thought providing was loving, Nathaniel admitted. I was wrong. Grace nodded. I waited longer than I should have. I don't expect forgiveness, he said. Only the chance to earn it. Grace studied him. You don't get to fix years in 1 week, she said softly. I know, he replied. I just want to stay. Over the next days, Nathaniel learned his children again. He helped bake cookies, decorated the tree, listened more than he spoke. Grace watched him change, not loudly, but sincerely. One night, as snow fell outside, they stood together by the window. I never stopped caring, Grace said. I never stopped loving, he answered. Their hands brushed. Neither pulled away. If you're still listening, pause with me for a moment. Do you believe people can truly change? Or do you think time only reveals who they really are? Let me know in the comments. Christmas Eve arrived heavy with emotion. Grace hesitated. Tomorrow doesn't erase the past, she said quietly. Nathaniel nodded. But it can honor it. That night, he slept on the couch not because she asked, but because respect mattered now. At midnight, Grace found him awake. Still here, she asked. Not going anywhere, he said. She sat beside him, and for the first time in years, leaned against his shoulder. Morning came bright and soft. Laughter filled the house. Gifts were opened. Stories shared. Coffee brewed. Nathaniel watched his family, and felt something deeper than success. Belonging. Grace caught him watching. "Merry Christmas," she said. He smiled. "The best one I've ever had." Later, he knelt before her. "I don't want to leave again," he said. "Not the house. Not us." Grace breathed in slowly. "Then stay," she said. "But stay as who you are now." That evening, they gathered around the tree. Nathaniel held Grace's hand openly. No guilt. No fear. Just presence. "I lost years," he said quietly. "But I found my way back." Grace squeezed his hand. "Love doesn't disappear," she said. "It waits." Outside, snow fell gently. Inside, healing took root. And Christmas, once a reminder of loss, became the night love finally came home. If this story touched you, share your thoughts below. Do you believe love can find its way back after time and distance? And if you're still holding on to hope, don't let go just yet.